Hello, I'm Chris. Welcome to my basement gym again. We're going to do some stretching and relaxing today for Colin's Stretch and Relax class. You can be in any clothes. You don't need to be in fitness clothes. I've got my fuzzy slippers on. You can do these with shoes on, shoes off. Just find yourself a comfortable spot. Feel free to grab a towel if you need it. I have my block and my strap. We might use those today, but we're going to start standing, okay? So feel free to get comfy. I'm going to kick off my slippers and my socks. I like to have a grippy floor, so you do what feels comfortable for you. Let's find ourselves in a nice, comfortable position, okay? Let the feet be underneath the hips. Let's just start with our breathing. Inhaling through the nose and exhaling through the nose. Just pushing out all those stressors from the day, or maybe starting off your morning on a great note. So whatever time you are joining me with this class, let's see if we can make the day great. Feel free to close your eyes if you like. Feel the chest expand as we breathe. Feel the belly lift and separate, our ribs getting further apart. And exhale fully. Just make each breath a calming breath. If you have any stray thoughts that creep into your head, to-do lists, stressors, oh, it's been a heck of a day for me. Those pop in, visualize picking up those thoughts, putting them aside, just telling them you'll deal with it later, it's okay, you won't forget. But for now, let's just put those aside. This is our time just to relax, stretch, and unwind from the day. And if you're ready, let's lift up those arms. You can have the eyes open, take up a lot of space. Imagine reaching to opposite walls. Heart center, so we just lift. Oh, one more time. Reaching to the floor. Now stretch to the walls behind you. Let the backs of the hands imaginarily touch it. Good. And back down. Let's lift again. This time, stay lifted. Let the right arm stay up, and let's drop our left arm, pushing the hips out to the right. Big stretch. And center. And dropping that left hand, reaching with the right, pushing that right hip out. And center. And both arms come down. Let's do that again, both sides. Inhale, lifting. Let's drop that arm, pushing the hips out to the right. And lift. And dropping that left arm, pushing the hips out. And lift. And both arms coming down. Good. Coming to heart center. Let's lift through the middle. A little bit of a hinge. Scoop and lift up. And draw through the middle. Again. Through the middle. Sweeping out. Just press the hips back, heavy in the heels. And lift. And center. One more time. Just kind of coming into a little bit of a chair pose. And lift. Draw center. Good. Let's get into that chair pose. And lift. One more time. Draw down the center. Lifting. Good. Let's separate those feet. Take a big inhale. Hinging, scooping up. Doing a little bit of a sunflower squat. Notice how the knees are. They're not caving in. We want to gently press those knees out to the pinky toes. Having the arches of our feet lifted, but our big toe and the inside of our heels are grounded. We don't need to go super deep. We can take this as shallow as we like to here. If you're feeling warm, you can always bend over, allowing the head to come below the shoulders. Let's do 2 more. 1 more time. Staying here, big stretch. So we put our fingertips on our shoulders. And we're just going to raise our elbows up and down. A little penguin flap with our arms. We look like little penguin arms. This helps with mobility within the shoulder blade and the shoulder itself. We're just going to do about 10 more of these. There's 4, 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's bring those arms down. Feel free to have your feet comfortable distance for you. We're just going to lift, release that knee. Just do a gentle sway, little gentle twist. The reason why I lift my heel is so I release my knee, so I'm not twisting or torquing that knee. Just let the arms be free. Now I want us to relax a little bit. Bring those arms back up to our shoulders. The heels are staying down now. Hips are rotating slightly. But now I want to take it out of the hips and make it for the rib cage only. So keeping our belly button facing forward, almost like we're wringing out a towel. Wring out a towel from your lower part of your rib cage upwards to the base of our neck. Let's come to the right side. Pause here for a moment. Assess that our belly button is still facing forward, and then just give a little dip, lifting out and rotating a little bit more. Pausing, a dip, and a lift. One last time. Can we rotate a smidgen more? But we don't turn our hips. Keep those hips to me. Good. And a little dip. Wonderful. Let's change sides. We're going to rotate to our left. Again, stopping when we feel that tension. We don't want to let the hips go. Keep that belly button facing forward. When we get here, just pour water out of our elbow. And lifting. And a little rotation. Again, pouring water out of our elbow. And one last rotation. Again, belly button is still facing forward. And releasing the center. Good. Let's do sunflower squats one more time. Feel free to get the feet out a little bit wider if you like. And again, watching those knees go and bend out in the same direction our toes are pointing. Keeping our knees healthy. Three more. There's 2. Last one. Good. Just bringing the arms to goalpost. Let's flatten them out and open up those goalposts. Again. And open. One more time. Good. Casting out. Come through the middle. Keeping the elbows as close as possible for as long as you can. But don't force it, okay? Lift out. Come through the middle. Let's open and cast out. Again. As soon as they want to separate, open and cast out. 2 more times. I apologize. I have 2 German Shepherds. Welcome to my world. Dog fur is my glitter. Oh, right there. Let's toe heel in comfortably until we can step our feet in. Good. Let's come to a nice, easy mountain pose, feet underneath the hips. Centering our balance, lifting our arches up. Let's rotate our shin bones slightly forward, opening up the seam of our sweatpants or shorts towards the front. A gentle activation in our belly muscles as we bring our ribs towards our hip. Sternum lifted to our nose. Let's take the chin forward and pull the chin back. Take that chin forward and pull the chin back. Now, let the chin sort of settle in a neutral spot, ears over the shoulders. Sternum up to our nose. Our ribs are stitched towards our hips. It may feel awkward. It feels awkward to me because my posture doesn't look like this when I'm just standing around. It looks like this. And this is something that we all need to work on, making sure we find strength where we need to and releasing the tension where we don't want it to be. So our posture can improve, our shoulders feel better, our neck feels better, our lower back feels better, even our knees and feet can feel better. Practice this. Now, let's look over our right shoulder and center and left and center. One more time. This is sort of more of a relaxing routine tonight. Nothing too strenuous. Let's pour water out of our ear, keeping our shoulders and our collarbone level, and lifting, and then pouring water out of our left ear. Pay attention to the sensation this brings. Let's go back and forth. Maybe one side is a little bit tighter than the other. One side may feel a lot looser. It's easy to get into this. And the other side, you have to kind of figure out, well, how am I supposed to tip my head? That's how I'm feeling it tonight. My right side likes just to tip nice and easy. And then when I do my other side, it feels all gunky. That tells me that I need to pay a little bit more attention. One last time. Give a little bit more love. Maybe get a nice massage. Good. Let's grab our straps. If you don't have a yoga strap handy, don't worry about it. You can always grab the tie from our bathrobe, or you can just get a big towel. Don't worry about it. It's whatever you got. I just want us to grab this so it's nice and wide. So we make a letter Y right here. We're going to bring that strap across our lap and just roll the shoulders back and down, pulling our shoulder blades down. We're not reaching up and hunching. And just bring the strap to the crown of our head and forward. Good. Just roll the shoulders back and down. Shoulder blades fall downward into our back pockets. Sternum lifts gently to our nose, but we're not flaring our ribs. We're not doing this. Remember, we're stitching our ribs to our hips. As we do this motion, think about taking the shoulder. Let it roll back and drop down. Okay? Try this a couple times. Another thing I like to think about doing is taking the upper portion of my arm, and as I roll this up, I rotate so the back side of my arms are facing more forward. And then as the arm comes down, it just sort of unwinds. So I'm screwing that arm bone into the shoulder, showing the back side of my arm forward more. And back down. One more time. Up. And lower. Good. Let's take this strap. We're going to put it in our right hand and lay that strap across our back side. If you got a handle, wonderful. Go ahead and sneak into it. We're going to take the right elbow up to the ceiling and the left hand's going to grab the strap. Let's gently pull the right thumb down towards the left shoulder blade. And you can see I don't go very far. I have very poor shoulder mobility. If I tried to pull harder, it would hurt. We want this to be gentle. So just a gentle stretch. You're going to feel it right through here. And now let's go in the opposite direction. We're going to pull our left thumb gently upwards to the base of our right shoulder. Again, gentle tension. We should be able to breathe through these poses. Now, how far can we walk our hands down the strap and up the strap? And see if we can walk the hands a little closer together. As you can see, I can't get very close. I do have poor shoulder mobility, and that's why I take very good care to move in a healthy pattern for my shoulders, because I don't want to have surgery again. Inhale and exhale, letting that tension fall away. And now we'll do the same thing with the other side. We're going to put the strap in our left hand. And again, I'm going to put my hand through that strap. And our goal is, again, let's pull our left shoulder, or left thumb down to the top of our right shoulder. Again, gentle tension. We're going to feel that right through here. And now gently pulling the right thumb up to the base of our left shoulder. You should be able to breathe through this. No pain, no tension. Well, sorry. Yes, tension, but you can breathe through it. Now let's walk our hands towards each other. And you can see I'm very far away. That's okay. Something just to work on. Take a breath in. And as we exhale, release. Oh. We'll put that strap down. Put our arms out like a letter T. Let's flip our thumbs pointing to the back of the room. And then flip the thumbs. Make them point down. Then rotate those thumbs to the back. And rotate forward to bring the thumbs down. One more time. Rotate. Point those thumbs back. And one last time, pointing those thumbs down. Good. Let's lace our hands behind our back. Now, if you need your strap, go ahead. But if you can lace your hands behind your back, wonderful. Sometimes it's kind of tough to get your hands to touch, and that's where the strap can be just a helpful little tool. Let's open up through our chest. And again, we don't want to flare our ribs. We want to stitch the ribs down, breathing through the tension. Think about reaching your hands downward and not outward, okay? There's a different action and a different benefit by reaching downward. Good. Let's release. So we kind of been focusing on the upper body. We got the neck, we got the shoulders, we got the chest. Let's go to our lower back, okay? So hands hide our thigh. Let's sit back to that imaginary chair, okay? Now make a little cat curl, hollowing it out through the belly, and then flattening it out. Good, let's do that again. If being out here with your hands resting on your thighs is a little bit tough on the low back for you, maybe that's just too much weight into a hinge, feel free to grab your chair, hang onto the back of the chair, or even use your wall to do your cat curl. So find what works for you. Good. Let's come back to a neutral spine. So this is our cow, there's our cat. Find that nice and neutral, okay? Let's take the hands underneath our knees. And now hold the belly button through up to the ceiling. Pretend like you're going to dive into a pool. Let the head relax and hang from the shoulders. Feeling that wonderful tension, a little bit of a stretch in that low back. Now, pressing the right leg straight. Good. And allowing the bend to come back to our leg. And now press the left leg straight. Just feeling the stretch a little bit differently. Good. And putting a bend back in both knees. Placing the hands on our thighs. Supporting ourselves as we round up. Good. Let's come down onto the floor. Let's go to kneeling. And like I've said before, if you've got a hard floor, this is my basement, so it is cement. So I'm going to make a wrinkle in my mat where I can rest my knee. So let's take knee on the mat. I'm going to come forward, hand high in the thigh. Come forward into a little stretch. Keep your low back long. Try not to do this. Some people that come into a deep stretch like this are like, oh, yay, I've got it. But we've lost it because our low back is collapsed. So before we come into our lunge, do a little pelvic tilt, brace, and gently coming forward. And we're going to feel that lovely blossom right here, okay? So right here, pause for a second, and then press out. And again, pelvic tilt, keep this. Gently come forward. Feeling that stretch blossom, and back. 2 more times. Come forward a little bit into the lunge, feeling that blossom right here. And release. Good. This time, let's come forward. Let's hold here for just a moment. Gently pressing the top of the foot into the floor. Taking pressure out of the knee. We can feel the blossom a little bit more within our hip flexor. Good. Come on back and let's change sides. So again, coming into a lunge position. I don't want to sink into it and let the low back collapse. Again, pelvic tilt. Keep that pelvic tilt. As we shift our weight slightly forward till we feel that little blossom. It's not a huge stretch. Just kind of feel gentle tension. Pause and come back. Let's do that 3 more times. Into the lunge. Keep that pelvic tilt. Come back. 2 more. Maybe making a low back sandwich to remind yourself not to sink too far into a low back. 1 more. And back. This time let's hold it. Sneak forward. Right there. Yeah. Allow the breath to help you release. Again, noticing we're not sinking into that low back. The low back is long and flat. Good. And come on back. Let's take our little wrinkle out as we give a little bit more dessert for our hips as we do a figure 4. Come on down. Using our legs for a little support as we draw the right knee into our chest. Let's place the right ankle on top of our left knee and drawing our left leg in. Now, some people like to hang behind here. And you can see I'm pretty tight and I feel like I'm a hunched up little turtle. So I do a little support with my hand on my foot, a hand on my knee. This works better for me. Find what works well for you, feeling that gentle tension within our hip flexors. Breathing through the tension. When we feel the tension release, feel free to draw the leg in a little bit closer. Keeping the foot flexed, that does help protect our knee. Good, let's release. Let's change here. Do a little hug. As we put our right foot down, let's draw our left knee in, give it a hug, and then left ankle on top of our right knee. And then again, if this feels good for you, you can come to this, but you can see I hunch up, it's uncomfortable. I'm not that flexy. There. Oh, that's wonderful. Let the breath help release that tension. And then again, whenever you feel something soften and release, maybe just a tiny smidgen, just draw in a little bit. Again, foot is flexed to help protect our kneecap, keeps our knee joint healthy. Let's release that leg down, taking our feet comfortably wide on our mats. Go ahead, windshield wiper those legs side to side. That feels kind of good on the hips. If you do a lot of sitting, if you're doing that at work or doing that at home, giving those hips a little bit of love can be a wonderful thing. Let's go ahead and stretch the feet up nice and long. Oops, I think I'm probably out of the camera frame. There. Flexing the feet, arms overhead, leading with our thumbs, reaching. Now let's take that right side, stretch it extra long. And changing, stretch through the left. And releasing. Good. Let's bring a knee in, reaching the forehead to the knee, and stretch, and changing sides. Drawing the left knee in, reaching the forehead, and release. One more stretch nice and long, and relax. Bring our hands down by our sides, feet comfortable distance apart. Feel free to relax here for as long as you like. Maybe you've got your own quiet music going. Just take a moment for yourself. This world can get overwhelming. If we just take a moment to be kind to ourselves, and let that kindness go out to the rest of the world, everything will be a little bit better. For now, I want you to take care of yourself, and we'll see you next week. If you're ready, come on up. Again, please let me know your thoughts, thumbs up, suggestions. This is all for you. Collins wants to give you content that you will find helpful, useful. So we'd love to hear back from you. Thank you so much.